Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
PPT visible, ma?
Yes,
Can you see
ma'am.
the PPT? Is it visible? Is it visible, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
Let us continue with art of writing. So, whatever form of communication. Okay, whether we are going with writing, reading, or speaking. Okay, any communication could be considered an effective one only when the message encoded interpreted in the same way what the sender really felt about it. Actual ideas of the sender should be should exactly be quoted by the listener. Okay, so only then a communication will be considered as an effective one. So in the case of writing also, the same thing happens. That is, have that ability to put up words in such a way that should resemble what is there in our mind. Our exact ideas and feelings should be revealed through our writing. Okay. We need to be cautious with formation of sentences, apt vocabulary that talks about the that feelings of ours we need to select. Only then we call a process, that is the communication process, as an effective one. It is an art of expressing our thought, and what is there in our mind should be revealed through our writing. This is about the importance of writing skills. Okay, so it starts. Learn the art of writing during our school days. We start applying the skill on our own while we enter into the job fair. Right? To seek a job. There, we introduce ourselves through the resume that we are producing to our employer, the letter, cover letter that accompanies the resume. We are using to express the ideas, how much interested we are in that job, why we need that job, everything we need to reveal through the cover letter. So it is the writing that we produce in these things, that is in the resume and the cover letter, helps the employer to understand us, to understand our feelings, what we really the interest that we have on the job. Everything will be revealed through this. So we need to be an effective writer. Essential for health professionals. For health professionals, they have to uh, write notes, or taking notes, write notes about the various mental as well as physical condition of patients. Uh, Discharge instructions. While giving discharge instructions, the health professionals has to produce. So all this will be the writings of the health professionals will be considered as a legal document. So it is very much essential to be very much careful while putting each and every word over there. It has to imply what is that is, it has to express what is exactly that the patient underwent, things that were underwent by the patient. Okay, giving patient and sharing information between the doctors, um, with the patient, the family members of the patient. We have to share something. So by the time also, we need to express something uh, which they must be able to understand. Understand? As well as informative. Then by cataloging data for accreditation for approval purpose. There is in a hospital. We have to produce data about the treatments that were underwent by the hospital. So those details will be there for accreditation, that is approval. So it was the writings of the health professionals plays a very important role, and so we need to be very much cautious while doing while involving such act. So for, for any of the data to be effective, we need to be an effective writer. We also discussed about the emails. Okay. So apart from usage of words, vocabularies, there is a language, there is various language skills. We need to be cautious in how to present things in an electronic mail or writing letter on a or while writing document and all. So we have to follow two forms of writing, that is personal and
Excuse
professional.
me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, give join, ma'am. For students are waiting, ma'am.
Hello? Hello, am I audible, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
Have they joined? Have they joined, ma? Those who are waiting? Hello? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Audible, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma, those
ma'am.
who are waiting there, have they joined? Respond to me.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
They joined. Join பண்ணிட்டாங்களாமா?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's see things that we have to follow while sending a mail. So, we have to keep two mails. That is one for personal use and the other for professional. Uh, well, just like writing a letter, sending email is also just like we have to prepare ourselves as if writing a letter. So before uh, uh, put there in the mail, we have to spend some time to get an idea about what are all the things that we are going to discuss in that mail. Okay, we must have a perfect plan over what we are going to present through the mail. We have to better it is to make a note of things that we have to present there, and we have to put everything in some logical order. Okay, so things which are very much essential need to come in the first sentence, and then it has to, as per its importance, we can move on to the next thing, next ideas. So be logical while presenting our ideas. Then it should not be too long. Of information about a thing will shatter the communication, shatter the effectiveness. So it is essential to be um, uh, short. Um, much essential points alone should be shared, and then whatever we write should be clear. There should not be any expression of dilemma. Okay. Uh, Only if you're clear with things, we have to put there. Need to be cautious with all these aspects. We need to look at the tone of the mail. That is how we are presenting. It needs to be a polite one. Has to the words, the choice of words should express our humbleness and politeness towards the person to whom we are sending. Again, while selecting the words, we need to be we need to select
Ma'am,
the words.
slide is not able to see, ma'am. Slide is not visible. Ma'am.
Try not to- Is it visible, ma?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Our choice of words should be familiar to everybody. They have to seek reference for each and every word, or at least a few words. It will disturb the continuity. So to avoid all those things, we have to be cautious in selecting words which are familiar to them. Again, the sentence formation should be simple. You have to present as simple as possible. We are not supposed to say something in indirect way or in passive form. It's better to something that could be read at their first sight. All the things that we have to follow while writing a mail, and it is better to go for, it was a must to go for a proofread to check out the grammar, sentence formation, and the vocabularies, and to find and to check yourself whether um, the letter reveals what is there in your mind. So these are all things that we need to care of while sending a mail. And before there is a while sending the mail, we need to be very much careful about the recipient's mail address, and we have to check whether we are sending a mail to the right person. We have to follow while sending a mail. We already discussed about the minutes of meeting. Official statement is an official statement. Minutes are considered an official statement. It will be documented. So, what are all the decisions made at a meeting or a conference or seminar, and what are all the things planned during the meeting, whether there is any follow up with it. That is already hand over to someone to go with it. Does it need any changes, any alterations in there? Then this is what we call as action plan, action item. Whether the ideas which were decided in the last meeting has any follow up, they need any alterations, or we need to take a note of while writing the minutes. Then we have to check out whether any, have anything new. Ideas, anything new were added in the present meeting. Everything. There is any additional items. Any additional items to the or agenda of all those things. Apart from all these matters, we have to make the date, time, and place. Okay, where the meeting took place, when was the meeting took place, at what time it was. All these details we need to submit or make a note of in the minutes. And at the end of this, the change in the agenda, that is additional items in the agenda also need to be noted. And end of the minutes needs to be signed by submitted the minutes as well as person who approves the minutes. So discussed on formal and informal letter. So all the things that we have to, there is formal letter is the letter that we write to our friends, parents, brothers and sisters, and informal it is an official or otherwise institutional letter. So that we have to follow while writing an informal letter. This is the writing cover letter. It is a cover letter. It is a cover letter. It is not essential to go for self-introduction. It is not a cover letter. We have to go for self-introduction. We don't need to introduce ourselves in a cover letter since we are producing our details in the resume itself. No need for self-introduction in the cover letter. And then to be positive, show positivity while expressing. Well, we have to get a clear idea about the organization to which we are applying for. So, depending upon their expectations, we have to match the skills of ours. Getting the cover letter, we have to refer the special qualifications we have, special credits, uh, everything we can put over there. We must let the person who selects us to know that we that you are the all means the best match to their expectation. Of the cover letter, thank the hiring manager for has spent his valuable and for having selected you, uh, selected or went through your resume and cover letter, and also let him know that you have things to express to show the interest that you have on the job. You will find the interview as a right time to express all those things. You have to present the cover letter. So, here also the tone should be polite. We have to select the same thing which we followed in May. That is, we need to go through it again. We need to be cautious with words, proper arrangement of words. Need to express our feelings by using the right vocabulary. Humble expression is very much important. We have to go for proofreading. What that you must know about it is that essay. While writing reports, we need to follow this. So, it is a written composition giving expression to one's own personal ideas or opinions. It refers to any written composition of personal opinions or any other given subject. So, this or a written helps to express our own ideas, personal ideas, in the form of essays. Or sometimes we'll be given some topic and we have to go with that topic. We have to produce what we know about that particular topic. This is what is to be an essay. An essay should have the following features. There is unity. Have a slide that deals with essay alone. Can you see the PPT, ma? Characteristics of an essay.
Yes,
Can
ma'am.
you see?
Yes, ma'am.
So, which have the following characteristics. That is unity, order, brevity, style, personal. These are all the things you need to follow while writing an essay. What is the must be with unity, developing one theme with a definite purpose. Has to deal with one idea. Topic is given. Corona. Have to deal only with corona. That we are not supposed to introduce or talk about any other ailments or disease condition. So we have to only with corona. This is what we call as unity. We have to deal with only one subject matter. Subject must be clearly defined in the mind and kept in view. So, even for while writing an essay, you have to sit and spend some time to get some idea about the particular topic, about what we are going to deal in the particular essay. So, dealing with corona.
Ma'am, please talk
Yes.
bit louder, ma'am. Your voice is too low.
Volume is high only. I have put it in maximum volume with maximum value. Also, I'm alone and I'm speaking loudly only. I don't know the problem that prevails over there. Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I audible, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
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 So let us see the characteristics of an essay. While writing an essay, you have to follow the given 5 things. That is unity, order, brevity, style, and the personal touch. Unity. Just like any other composition part, before start to write an essay, we have to plan something. We have to plan about the topic that we are going to present there. Present on our own, or whether we are going to deal with the topic that we have been given to deal with. Have to collect information. Collect in the sense we have to sit and think about the things which we know about the topic. So, first thing, unity is developing one thing with a definite purpose. We have to deal the essay with one subject matter. This is what we call as unity. Right? While writing an essay, we have to deal with only one idea. The topic that we plan to present there. We have to deal only with that. We should not get distracted from the title. This is what we call as unity. An essay must be with unity, developing one theme with a definite purpose. Wow, what for we are writing that essay? What we try to reveal through the essay. This must be our one and only motive while writing the essay. Subject must be clearly defined in the mind and kept in view throughout. So, yeah, before not writing the essay, have an idea about what are all the things that we are going to discuss that essay about. Let we take corona. About corona, what are all the things that we are going to discuss in that essay? Have a definite plan. Okay. So, the act of one subject matter, one idea, we call as unity. Need to be followed while writing an essay. Next, essay should follow a certain ordered line of thought and come to a definite conclusion. Writing an essay is not just putting up with words. What are all the things that comes to our mind? We have to deal with the definite purpose. I already told you that have a definite plan. What all the things that we are going to deal about that particular topic. That one, we have a definite plan. We could put up in logical order, reasonable order. We are writing about corona. We have to start. Period. We know about it. All the talks that went on regarding corona. How many countries got affected? There are all the treatments that were given to for the situation. So we have to go step by step. So the essay should follow a certain order line of thought and come to a definite conclusion. So essential to think about the subject before starting to write. So let's have a definite plan. Next is the brevity. No strict rule regarding the length of an essay, as it vary depending on the nature of the subject. An essay can be with around 300 words. Definite rule. Essay should have only these many words or sentences. There is no rule regarding this. Varies. The details that we present there vary depending on the subject matter that we are dealing with. Confine the thing. It is because of that there is no any such restrictions for an essay to be with this many number of words or lines. It is better. An essay we expect have it within some certain has to end up with certain pages. If it's too long, sometimes we might lose interest. So to avoid that, we can try to It is below, there is around 300 words. Next is the style of an essay. We write an essay. What are all the things that we need to follow while writing an essay? Style should be more dignified. Always, for any language, have two types of language. One is colloquial and another is formal. This colloquial also vary from region to region. The slang, Tamil that we speak, people for speaking at Madurai, Coimbatore, Chennai, there is variation. At Tirunelveli, they follow a different slang. But the standard language is different. You are supposed to follow that formal language. What we call as dignified and literary. Style should be more dignified and literary. Dignified language we are supposed to use. We are not supposed to follow any particular slang. Standard quality of the language supposed to follow. Then, colloquial and loose construction are not proper in an essay. The language and sentence construction should be simple, direct, and natural. The language and sentence construction should be simple. Whatever, wherever, whatever, and wherever we produce things, I think, as simple as possible, everyone go through it, able to enjoy it. If it is a literary work, the person must be able to enjoy something official. They must be able to interpret in the right sense. Always we have to go for simple, familiar vocabulary, direct language. Not try with something indirect. Say something indirectly. Whatever we convey should be in the direct language and natural. It should not look artificial. A copied thing that by others should not be revealed by us. Really feel about that particular idea. Have to express. So, if we express our own ideas, only then any literary work or any written work will appear natural. So, clear with the matter, thoughts will flow as words. Have a clear idea about something, and we are with enough competence in the language, not sit and think for each and every line. There will be spontaneous outflow of things. It will flow as words. It will flow. It will not stop anywhere. It will flow. It will, come on its way. It's simple, direct, and natural. This natural is very important. That we are not supposed to words which were being said by somebody else. We are going to present what we really feel about that particular subject matter. So, whatever we feel, and about the things that we are going to present in an essay. So, what we really feel about that, we can present there. And if you have a exact idea about what we are going to present there, we can, once we sit to write, will come to you. Not work out with things. Last one is the personal touch. An essay should reveal the personal feelings and opinions of the writer. What we call. Really feel about the subject that we met with. Title is about my experience about Corona. Really felt. What are all the things you heard about? Reveal in the essay. Personal touch is lost. The essay will be dull and devoid of individuality. If essay is not with the ideas of yours, you're writing, getting suggestion from someone, here and there you're collecting things. So it will become dull. It won't be interesting. So if it has, if you're writing, if you want your writing to be with some soul, have to try with something there in our mind. So this is what we call as personal touch. These are all the essential follow while writing an essay. You all clear with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you see
Yes,
the
ma'am.
PPT?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So next thing is improve our writing skills. Very important thing that we have to do for writing is that read more and more. Have to cultivate the habit of reading more and more. Reading helps to understand how to apply the writing skills you have learned. Already discussed while dealing with reading skills. Reading helps to understand how to apply the right sentence structure. Come on, any trouble in there. Reading things, the pattern of sentence, familiar with. Vocabularies that you are gaining, that you're listening to while reading. Understand from different contexts so that you can apply that in the right sense. Apply those vocabularies in the right sense. Reading helps to understand how to apply the writing skills you have learned. Topics of your important thing is if we writing have to go for time to go for reading. Already discussed that. Continue the task if we go with something hard to understand. Go with something you are not interested, you can't continue with the thing. So always prefer something brings you interest. Better to go for, so many of us are interested in reading stories, go for reading some short stories and novels. Will really bring some interest. Otherwise, you can go with some other any subject matter. If you are interested in sports, you can go with it. Read something interesting. Reading helps to improve the skill of writing as well as the rest of the skills. Analyze what you read. Analyze what you have. While selecting the material, I already told you that we have to go for a challenging material. Challenging material is the thing that have doubts with some, at least with some 10% of the vocabularies or any grammar or anything else. So we go with some easy things. So too easy for you to understand at your first glance. Or if you could assume the thing, not learn anything. Challenging material is a thing that cope up with the thing, but you have to learn something. Have to deal with something new. And then it will be of some use to improve the have to analyze what this particular vocabulary means, what this sentence means. Why it is like that, we must analyze. More exposure to quality writing helps to produce great writing. Have to select a challenging material, has some quality concept. Have to cultivate the habit of reading more and more. Necessary to sit and read. Whenever we feel free, both while traveling, sometimes while we go for a sleep, we feel free, go with this skill. First step to improve writing skills would be improved only through reading things. So let us wind up the session. Let me continue in the next class. Hello? 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 Audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Have you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any doubt? Is there any doubt?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, let us continue in the next class. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.